Hello and welcome to the third matchups of the day. It's going to be Off Constantly versus the one, the only Psychosis. Psychosis, one of the big names on the scene at the moment, rocking such players as Lil Goose, Clev, Natix, Eclipso, and Soviet Cobra. They're going to be going against Off Constantly. Pan, Valor Magnus, Target 5551, Sir Galahad, and Mop and Bucket. Both teams tearing it up today. I don't think that Off Constantly have dropped even a point at this moment. Like, I think they're 22-0 for the day. Psychosis on 19 points at the moment, point difference. So that means that they've only had a few points scored against them. Just waiting for both teams to join the lobby at the moment. And warm up. They are both in right now and warming up, so the action could kick off at any moment. And as soon as it does, I'm going to bring it to you. Both teams expecting tactics, expecting furious action, perfect aims. Here we go, round one. Round one, always a pistol round. Psychosis on defense as Rayab. The Colonists.
Starting. Get ready.
Off Constantly. Great name, Off Constantly. Love it. Let's see what they can bring to the match. Tearing it through today so far. Names on. Lasers on. Let's do this. What time is it, ladies and gentlemen? It's Vail o'clock. Let's bring the action. Some early shots from Pan onto Nadix, not connecting. A rotation already coming through the middle from A site. Most definitely on the cards right now. Cleb coming out, a few pistols. Grenade, utility coming out from every angle. Natix, early pistols on, but he's taken down. Cleb taken down. Eclipso now climbing up. Soviet covering him as he gets up. The scan's going in, but Eclipso shutting it down. So Galahad finding Eclipso, and it is all over the place. Little Goose now the sole defender. That all happened so quickly. I'm going to have to save that replay and revisit it. My voice couldn't keep up with the action. Pan trying to get the scan in as Little Goose putting bullets down and smoke comes in. Little Goose takes down Sir Galahad. Now it's Pan versus Little Goose. Oh, Pan taking some hits. He comes out firing. Oh, wow. Little Goose, the hero there. The action straight off the bat. Psychosis just holding the line. 2 versus 1. Little Goose wins the day. Arguably, Pan could have played it that very different. He'd started to scan, so it was down to Little Goose to disable it. But he played it the way he thought right in the moment, and had it worked, I'd be singing a different tune, no doubt, right now.
Round starting.
Off Constantly now. 1 point behind, but they won't be affected morale-wise. They almost took that round. The defense of Psychosis was penetrated. Natix finding an early pick on Pan, getting the revenge from the last round, getting the early shots. A smoke coming down from Natix, almost a gift. Meanwhile, Clev and Mop and Bucket just round the corner from each other. Mop and Bucket steps out. Clev could step out here for an easy kill. Mop Bucket comes around firing, takes down Clev. 4 versus 4 now. Natix, the next one, who's going to be engaged. By Mop and Bucket. Grenade comes out. Will it find Natix? Natix sees it coming. Rounds away from it. Shots out, but misses as he fires past Natix, taking down 2. Sir Galahad take down Little Goose. It's all in Sir Galahad's hands now.
Round loss.
He takes down another, but Soviet trades with him. Intense rounds. Off Constantly, you can see why they've been tearing it apart today. Same with Psychosis.
Round starting. Get ready.
What are we going to see brought to the table now? It's round 3. Still no points on the board yet for Off Constantly, but they are close every time so far. I've got no doubt they've got it in them to take at least a couple of points, if not the map. Let's find out. Mop and Bucket finding the early pickup on Eclipso, putting down Psychosis to 4 players off the bat. The rotation coming in. Clev on the flank though. Will he try and push through Mop and Bucket? Mop and Bucket. Engage behind. Off Constantly standing back now. They've brought the rotation round. Target tying down Soviet. Cobra. Little Goose now and Natix on the site, waiting for the engagement. Clev on the background, waiting for any push through, waiting for a moment. Okay, Natix on the back line takes down 2. Trade in the middle now. It's a 2 versus 2. Pan and Sir Galahad versus Little Goose and Natix. 2 players you wouldn't want to be against on either side. Killers all in this game at the very least. 56 seconds left on the clock. We haven't seen a scan go in yet, but it's early days. Once again, if a scan goes in, doesn't matter how much time is left on the clock, be it 2 minutes or be it 1 second, it's then a 45-second round. Oh, wow, Nadix! Such quick reaction speed. Strikes down Sir Galahad. Pan now, the last man left, and he doesn't have the puck. The puck is on a bad position for him as he takes it down.
30 seconds remaining.
Little Goose. It's Pan versus Natix now. Time working against Pan. Natix listening for that audio. 20 seconds. 19. Pressure going to be building up on Pan now. He knows he's against the clock and against one of the best players in the league. He's looking for Natix. Natix playing time now. 7 seconds left. Pan has to increase his velocity. He's going to run out of time. 3 seconds. 2. 1. And Natix plays the clock. And Pan loses the round. You're going to lose 100% of the rounds you run out of time on. If I'd been in his shoes, I think I probably would have been charging in looking for that kill. I don't blame him. He was trying to play it careful. Could have gone very
Round
differently.
starting. Get ready.
C'est la vie. Psychosis taking their 3rd point on defense, but another round coming down to a 1 versus 1. Every round so far being close to the wire. Eclipso, Little Goose in the middle. Early shots ringing out. Trade happens to begin. Eclipso target 5-5-1. Little Goose moves off the angle. Pan looking on early shots now against Natix. 3-man push on the long side. Nades, smokes being traded. In the middle, Little Goose and Mop potentially about to engage. Natix find Pan again. Mop bucket takes down Little Goose. Natix finds Sir Galahad again. 2 rounds in a row now. Almost mirroring. 3 versus 2 now with off constantly on the back foot. And Claire finding a mop and bucket and so on. Valor Magnus, they have the high ground. It doesn't matter. He takes down 1, but the refrag from Soviet Cobra immediately avenging his fallen comrade. What a game. Every round so far. Nail biting.
Round starting.
Calypso often with the early engagement, so I'm going to follow him for a second. Early smokes. Doesn't look like he's going to get engagement. The moment I go off him, I'm sure he'll start shooting bullets at someone. Nadix holding the same line on the B site. Long area. Nade goes out. Valor potentially stepping into it. Steps back. Nade comes back in. Doesn't find him. Clev finding target 5-5-1 though. Valor picking up Nadix. Soviet. Valor. Goose straight out. I take it back.
Round lost.
The action all happening so quickly I missed most of it. Apologies. That's the problem. When you stick into someone's head, it bounces to the person who killed them. Unfortunately, if that person who killed them is a long way away, so was the camera. Clean sweep for Psychosis so far, but it's not been an easy battle. The points 5-0, not betraying exactly how close this has been. First team to 11 takes the map. Once the points accumulatively between both teams gets to 10, there is a side swap. With the defenders going to attackers, attackers going to defenders. Of course, I'm not following Eclipso now, so of course he gets a kill. Pan now on the outside, looking for Eclipso. He knows he's there. He's waiting for him to step out into his line, but Eclipso not giving him that victory. Of course, Vail time in the moment. Pan takes his eyes off. Eclipso steps out. Pan hears the footsteps near him. Eclipso now taking down Valor Magna, taking down Sir Galahad. The mid-ground belongs to Eclipso. This is my house. Pan coming around with a pre-fire. Eclipso's ready for him, but Pan still finds him. But now it's all on Pan's hands. That rhymes. I love it. Chipping a little bit of health off Pan. You can see on the brilliant UI at the bottom, Pan 2-5-1 right now. 2 kills, 5 deaths, 1 assist. About 30% health left. Doesn't have the puck though.
Round lost.
Let's look at that kill spread at the moment. Nadix 9-3. Eclipso 7-4, Clev 5-3, Soviet Cobra 5-4, Little Goose 4-3. Pretty even spread, and on the opposing team, off constantly. Sir Galahad with 5, Mop and Bucket with 4, Valamagos 3, Target 5-5-5-5-1, 3, and Pan with 2. Oh no, Pan's disconnected, which means that we are going to have a timeout. See Pan's hands on the floor. Look how shiny that helmet. I can appreciate that. I have a similarly shiny chrome dome, and I can appreciate a well-waxed chrome dome. There's almost no word I could have used there that didn't sound inappropriate, so I had to pause and not get myself banned off Twitch. Every round has been close so far, but off constantly, losing 0-6 to Psychosis. Psychosis being one of the favorites to be seen on the IVRL Season 1 Miami Major stage. Will they make it all the way with this kind of performance? Almost definitely, but it remains to be seen. There's a lot of amazing teams out there, up-and-comers, teams that are working on tactics, scrimming every day, practicing each individual throw of a grenade. One thing I'd like to point out is the beautiful UI, which I keep mentioning. You can see that, for instance, Clev using a AC-9 Pro. You can see he's got a grenade and a smoke. You can see his health, you can see his kills, you can see his deaths, you can see his assists, and I love that. I love you can see all these little details. It matters. I mean, you can see Mop and Bucket rocking the Vector, but his teammate, Pan, rocking an AK. That is the longest range effective weapon, or one of the longest range effective weapons, and one of the shortest range effective weapons. The Vector, arguably the most effective close range weapon. Soviet Cobra. Feeling the vibes. Probably has some music on in the background. We can only assume. A lot of Natix on the floor. Natix is not worthy. I mean that like that's what he's doing. I'm not saying Natix isn't worthy. Who knows? Soviet Cobra feeling those vibes though, and I wish I could hear the music he was hearing right now. I feel like I'm missing out. Let's go check out what Off Constantly are doing. Reminder, if you're new to Vail, this is an amazing up-and-coming VR game. I believe it is still in alpha. I know it certainly hasn't been released yet. But you can see the quality. You can see the bodies. Look at the IK. It's really well done, especially compared to other FPS VR games. Look at this map. Beautiful lines, beautiful architecture, great backgrounds. And they are just picking up so much momentum with the development of the UIs, the casting availability. A month ago, you wouldn't have had any of this beautiful UI. In fact, about 3 weeks ago, you didn't have this amazing UI. But they are listening to the feedback from the casters. They're implementing it. And I'm just excited to see where this goes. Once again, it's first to 11 points for a team wins the match. After 10 points accumulative from both teams, they switch sides. Off constantly will become the Rayab, the defenders, and Psychosis will become the colonists, the attackers. The goal of the colonists is to get this puck. You see this puck? They need to take it to an artifact on the other side of the map. There's 2 artifacts. They can choose either one. Once they get there, the person holding the puck has to scan it. And they scan it by matching up orbs in consecutive order. If they get it wrong, it resets and they have to start again. Once that begins, a 45-second timer, scan timer, begins. And the attackers become the defenders, and the defenders become the attackers as they struggle and fight their way to the objective, to the artifact, so they can disable the scan. If they fail to do so, it doesn't matter if they wipe out every player on the opposing team. It doesn't matter if all the colonists are dead. If that scan has started, that's the only thing that matters. And if that scan completes, colonists win. It doesn't matter if any of them are alive or not. Both teams in the qualifiers, and I'm sure in the playoffs in the Miami Major, are allowed a timeout. This gives them time to sort out any tech difficulties they're having, get their players reconnected. Also gives them time to talk tactics, throw the guns up in the air, look cool. But most importantly, you know, especially if you're off constantly, like these guys, gives you time to come on, or not constantly. I'm trying to think of a clever play on words, but the puns are failing me. The point is, it gives them time to take a breath, talk tactics, talk what's not working, try and find a crack in that Psychosis defense. Again, they've come close to winning almost every round so far. Timeout is over. We're going to be going back into the action in 3, 2, 1. It's on, baby. Vail o'clock. Let's do this. I'm hyped because these are two amazing teams. And every round has been a stormer so far. Let's see what this round brings us. Natics with an early smoke to close up the long line. Gets shut down by Pan. Vengeance was on the card for a long time there now. The Site B push is coming in. Mop and Bucket taking down Eclipso. The two top fraggers on Psychosis both taken down. Bucket throwing nades in. Throwing smokes into Galahad. With a smoke into the center ground. Goose holding his line. Clev steps out. Takes down Mop and Bucket. Almost takes down the second one. So Galahad now waiting for Little Goose on the flank. Takes him down. Pan taking down Soviet Cobra. The scan begins. Off topic, seeming like a new team right now. They've got 4 up. The scan is in, and Clev in a really hard position here. The sole defender. What's he gonna do? He has to do something. The time is against him. He's got 4 lasers on him, and Sir Galahad cleaves Clev in twain. Oh, that was a tongue twister, ladies and gentlemen. Off constantly, breaking that momentum, getting their first point on the board. So necessary for morale, for the momentum, and for the fact that they're like, look, we are better than we're performing. In fact, that's not fair. They've almost taken every round. They are performing exceptionally well. They're just teetering on the brink of victory constantly. They do another Site B push. Pan looking for Nadix. Nadix playing it a bit more defensively after getting taken down last time. Eclipse are also in the center ground. On the center ground now. Meanwhile, Natix very close to getting engaged. Valor Magnus, target. Nade comes out. Will it find target? It's not on target. Literally and figuratively. Nade's coming back in. None of them finding Natix. All falling short. They need to work on that. Valor Magnus on the wide line gets taken down. Natix finding 2. Pan and Valor Magnus. Target now going to be the 3rd victim as he, on that wide line, opened the shot to Clipso, drawing his attention inwards. So Galahad taken down, and it's a 1 versus 5, a complete turnaround from the previous round. Mop and Bucket doesn't have the puck. He can't do a scan. Where is... You can see Psychosis. Know where the puck is. They're defending it. Not letting the players near it. There's the puck on the... See that little blue light shows the enemy team where that puck is so they can defend it. They know if at least one of them's alive and they're defending that puck. The colonists cannot win.
Round starting. Get ready.
Off constantly now. 10 points away from winning. Psychosis only 4 points away from taking his 3rd and final map. Both teams undefeated today. Grenades coming in. Could find Pan. Finds target 551. This time it was on target. Soviet Cobra putting bullets into the smoke. Grenade comes out, doesn't find him, does a little bit of damage. Little Goose in the center. Finds one. Trades out Sir Galahad, all in Pan, the man with the hands. Takes down Eclipso. Takes down Soviet. It's now a 2 versus 1, but he doesn't have the puck. And this is a kill tunnel. If he goes in here, it's a bad juju, and he goes down to Clev, who had the angle locked down. But, as we can see, the puck was there. He had no choice. Psychosis now 3 points away from taking the map. Meanwhile, off constantly with a hill to climb right now. Not a hill, a mountain. The early shots into the smoke, looking for Nadix. Nadix nowhere to be found. Early nades coming out into the smoke. One thing I'll say for off constantly, the nades are just not on point. They're always a little bit short. Counter nades coming out, not finding either on either team. Natix putting bullets into the smoke. Target now on the high rotate, but he's been spotted. Has he been spotted? He takes down 1. He takes down 2. Eclipso now coming through on the flank. Valor Magnus hears him. They fire into the smoke. Taking down Eclipso on the flank. Meanwhile, Mop and Bucket find a little goose, and it's all in Soviet Cobra's hands. Smoke clears up, leaving Soviet Cobra high and dry as Pan's bullets eliminate the final defender.
We're switching sides.
And the side switch is happening now, ladies and gentlemen. Time for a beautiful graphic to show us.
Round starting. Get ready.
Yeah, I don't even need to be casting. I could just press buttons, and this would just show you everything you need to know. So if you don't want to hear my beautiful voice, my wife would call it a penetrating and annoying voice, you can just turn off the audio and watch the amazing action as it unfolds. Now let's see if off constantly's defense is more successful than their attacks. Psychosis. No slouches on either attack or defense. Comes out, could find Valor. Valor sees it. Steps right out of line, and I was out of line. It was not a grenade, it was a smoke. Attack in the central area on site A. Psychosis not fully committing. More and more smokes going out. 3 plays in the mid-ground. Valor's going to find himself in a world of hurt. Takes down one. Target on the defense comes in. Saves his ally. Amazing work from Target. And Valor. Calypso finding 2 in the same second. One with a nade, one with his bullets, but he's taken down by Valor Magnus. Clev. Great play. Spirit of action. You just love to see it. That was just so intense.
Round starting.
Off Constantly's first defense. Very, very convincing, but it was a pistol-only round, and that is the last pistol-only round of the map. There's none to be repeated. Doesn't matter if they go to 20 points. You will not see another pistol round. Let's see what they can do with real guns on defense. Valor Magnus. An MK18 finding Little Goose. Natix looking for the refrag. Valor Magnus hears the audio next to him. Drops a defensive smoke. Drops an offensive frag. Doesn't find anyone. Meanwhile, I'm getting stuck in girders, so I'm going to press this button, which is a bit of a cheat. Doesn't matter. Calypso in the central ground. Valor Magnus playing off the audio. I've not mentioned it enough, but the audio is so important. Hearing those footsteps gives away a lot of what the enemy's plan of attack is. Pan taken down in the center ground by Calypso. Valor Magnus still holding. Soviet Cobra on the long line. Psychosis not committing. They're just looking for picks in the middle ground at the moment. Natix and Soviet Cobra. Natix with the puck. On the long line. Undefended almost at the moment. Valor Magnus will see the smoke. He'll be calling it out. Some shots out. Puts out a smoke. Counter smoke in his face. There's so many smokes. Bucket finds a Calypso. Natix and Sweet Cobra, though, have made the transition up to the artifact site, putting bullets on target, putting bullets on Valor. Malcolm Bucket now doesn't have any safe areas. Clev behind him. Soviet Cobra and Natix in front. He takes down Clev. It's a 2 versus 2. So Galahad sees Soviet Cobra, puts bullets on, doesn't find him. Soviet Cobra attacking, re-peeking, taking him down. Mop and Bucket finds 1, Mop and Bucket finds 2, and he takes it for off constantly. You can see him holding his head. He's just in the zone right now. I just love that's one of the physicalities I love about VR. You see him grabbing his head like, what just happened? Woo! That's what's going to be going through right now. That adrenaline pumping, so important. The momentum now shifting to off constantly. They are back in it, ladies and gentlemen. This match is on. Valor Magnus holding that long line. Psychosis yet to win an attack round. Shots been engaged between Valor Magnus and Eclipso. Eclipso taken down. Pan finding Little Goose on the long line. Soviet Cobra and Natix. Pan finding Natix and Natix finding Pan. It's a trade out, but it's 2 versus 4 in off constantly's favor, right? Mop and Bucket finds Clev in the middle ground. Clev being silent, but Mop and Bucket standing up and pre-firing anyway. Throws a follow-up smoke. Gives them the ability to retreat. And again, these tactics so important. He throws that smoke, A, to mess with the enemy, but B, it gives him the opportunity to retreat if he needs to, without being worried about being shot in the back. Soviet Cobra now doesn't have the puck. He does have the bullets though. Takes down Valor Magnus. It's 3 versus 1. Sweet Cobra on full health. The target with great shots straight through Soviet Cobra's head. And that brings it up to 8-5. The comeback is real, ladies and gentlemen. Off constantly. Off the chain, more like. And the punts are returning to me in full power, ladies.
Round starting.
Clev calls a timeout. Messing with my own momentum. My puns are going to just go to waste. Gosh darn it. And I need to grab a glass of water because it is so very hot, and I'm talking constantly because this game is so action-packed. I'm not getting a moment. So I'm going to leave it on these beautiful Rayab players of Psychosis. I'm going to grab a glass of water. I hope you enjoyed those intermissions. Some replays for you. We're still waiting for the match to kick off, but all 10 players are now in. Kick off in any moment. Off constantly bringing it back. Again, Psychosis, one of the known favorites in the league at the moment. Off constantly, perhaps not with quite the same reputation, but after this match, that reputation will be right up there. They've destroyed both of the previous matchups. And it obviously wasn't because they had easy matchups, because you can see right here, they are fighting one of the favorites and holding their ground. Of course, we're currently looking at Psychosis. Little Goose looking a little bit lost there. And another reason why I have VR. Just trying to figure out what random thing is happening in real life for him right now. Looking like an old man. This might be on purpose. He might be doing an old man walk. I don't know. Meanwhile, on defense, the Rayab team off constantly, bringing it back, making this a match worthy of the history books, if you ask me. It will, if it goes 10-10, 100%. Greatest match ever. Maybe. Greatest match today that I've casted. I realize the sweeping statements I'm said may not be taken favorably by some. Meanwhile, let's check out the scoreboard. Kills and deaths. Natix at the top of everyone with 14 and 8. Eclipso second on his team with 11 and 10. Clev with 9 and 8. Little Goose with 6 and 9. The Rogues switching in for... trying to identify which player it was they've lost. I can't figure it out. Meanwhile, off console, we got Mop and Buckets 11-9. Sagala had 10 and 10. Target 5551 8 and 10. Valamagna 7 and 10. And Pan 7 and 4. Even spreads on off constantly. Both teams in. It could restart any moment. If you're new to Vail, this puck so important to both teams. If the aggressors, if Colonists, who's carrying it, gets taken down, then the only way they can win is by eliminating the enemy. If this gets seen by Rayab will then be holding it. They'll hold this, they'll see it on the floor, and they'll know that the Colonists cannot win without it. As long as there is a single Rayab player alive, and he's standing next to this puck, he wins when the time runs out. So this puck is so important. For the Colonists to win, they either need to wipe out the Rayab team, the defenders, or they get a scan on an artifact. When a scan starts, they have 45 seconds to defend it, to stop Rayab from retaking the position and disrupting the scan. And it's back on, ladies and gentlemen. 3, 2, 1, let's go. It's Vail o'clock. Psychosis versus Off Constantly. Qualifier 3 on the road to the Miami Major. I love Lamp, but he had to go. There's only room for one caster in this match, baby. The silent push on Site A. Little Goose making noise on Site B. But Off Constantly not falling for it. You can see target 551 and Sir Galahad still on point. They're going to be hearing those footsteps. Smoke coming out. It's going to be giving away. The attack is actually coming from here. Early flashes. Smoke coming out. The Rogue finding target 551. So Galahad and Nadix trading out. Eclipso and Cleb on site now. Valor Magnus, the only person who can stop an entry, but Eclipso has the puck, taking it off Nadix's dead body. Valor Magnus finding a little goose. It's 3 versus 3, but Eclipso going to be doing the scan now that we were just talking about, which is going to put 45 seconds on the clock. The cap scan timer has gone out. Wow, Clev with a double pickup there.
Round lock.
Clev with a triple. 3K, baby. Getting the momentum back in Psychosis is caught. 2 points away from taking the map. That timeout might have been all they needed to regather themselves with Off Constantly taking that momentum off them. Off Constantly not fooled by the fake rotations. Still losing the round. Clev with that 3-kill streak. Spread now from Psychosis. Equal spread all down the line. Not committed to anything yet. Looking for those early picks. Oh wow, Nadix on Valor Magnus comes across. Takes him down. Little Goose pulled him out, baited him out, and it worked. Mop and Bucket's holding the shot onto B now. Meanwhile, Clev still antagonizing Site A. Silently. Now he's putting footsteps around. Psychosis looks like they are going to be doing a Site B push. They've thought about it. They've deliberated. They've got an early pick in the center, and they're going to be going for Site B long. Natix and Pan. Running rival between the two. Natix puts some shots on Pan, but Pan's still on high health. Sees multiple, but he's in a hard to defend. No, he's moved into a good defensive position now. Smokes. Grenades coming out. Clev fighting Mop and Bucket in that central area. This leaves only one defender. Pan finds the Rogue. Pan position now. He's locked in position. Eclipso and Clev. He's just in a world of hurt here. Gets taken down. It's 4-2 now for Psychosis. So they're 2 points away from taking the map. Clev got the target takes him down. It's now 3-2. 2-2. 2-1. So Galahad now the sole survivor. Comes out firing, but there's two people waiting for him. And they take him down. And that puts Psychosis 1 point away from taking the map. Psychosis getting back on the momentum train, taking 2 points in a row. They just need to score one to take it home. Off Constantly need a whole 6 points. Little Goose taking the puck this time. I love that they share it out. It's not just one guy. They're like, hey, I carried it last time. You can get it this time. I don't want to be selfish. And I like that about these guys. I like to share. Magnus on that long line. Trade some shots with Little Goose. He's going to be aware of Natix. Then a grenade comes in. Doesn't find him. Meanwhile, Pan on the long range taking down the Rogue again. Psychosis not committing though. They're still in the middle ground. They can switch to A. They can switch to B without waiting too much time off. 1 minute 24 on the clock. Nadix. Mop and Bucket so quietly. He died last time to a nade. He's going to be super aware of giving himself away this time. Hearing the footstep moving to A. Will the Off Constant team know that the attack is coming to A? They're still looking at B. So Galahad possibly hearing the footsteps of Eclipso next to him. Again, the footsteps so important. That audio so important. Eclipso and target trading out. That's 3-4 now in Off Constant's favor. All Psychosis need to do is take this map though. Take this point. Take it. Flash comes out. Natix. Bullets on Valor Magnus. Pan taking down Natix. Natix finding Pan, and that nemesis between them. That nemesis rivalry ongoing. Little Goose though with the puck on the wide line, able to get the scan in. Not today though. So Galahad still holding that line. 2 versus 3.
30 seconds remaining.
30 seconds left on the clock. It's going to put pressure on Clem. Little Goose putting a lot of shots down the range. So Galahad not allowing them to get anywhere near the scan. 20 seconds left on the clock. Pressure mounting now. Little Goose looking for bullets. So Galahad taking down Little Goose is all in Clev's hand, but he doesn't even have the puck. With 13 seconds left on the clock, his tactical choices are working against him. He comes out, bullets hot, puts down shots, charging in. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Round
Magnus taking down Clev, and there will be no round timeout for you, sir. He was going down with the fight. He knew it. Match point still for Psychosis. Off constantly. Still in this. 10-6, 1 point closer.
Starting.
Bringing it back. Amazing work from both teams. What a matchup. I mean, real gifted with this one. I'm not letting gift horse in the mouse. This is an amazing match. Natix with an early pickup, and Valor Magnus in the central ground. Very, very pivotal pickup because it opens up the middle ground heavily. Gives Psychosis dominance over that central area. Lets them go to site A or site B. Go wherever they want. Clev with an early nade. Goes too far. Won't find Mop and Buckets. Mop and Buckets going to work off the auto here. Potentially Pan finding the rogue. Mop and Buckets finding Clev. Natix on the refrag. Took some hurt though. Little Goose almost going down to Pan there. 3 versus 3. Nate comes out. Will it find Pan? Doesn't. Natix coming around hot. Put some shots on Pan. Doesn't find him. Pan finding Natix. But Pan alone on the site. Eclipso now the second guy to be going in. Target 551 and Sir Galahad nowhere to support. But Pan doesn't need support. He's the man. Pan the man with a gun in the hands. Little Goose looking for Pan. Doesn't matter. Pan finds him, and Pan on fire this round. 14 kills now. Pan really, really a dominant force now for off constantly. Holding that site almost single-handedly against some of the best players in the world. Off constantly, still slowly by the absolute edge of their nails, hanging onto this one. Magnus again in that central ground. Nate comes out. Gonna go for Valor Magnus. Valor Magnus. No, Nate comes out, doesn't find anyone. Smoke comes out in the central ground. Valor Magnus gonna be working off that audio, listening for the cost. Meanwhile, on the long angle, there's 3 of them pushing Pan. They find Pan. Mop and Buckets and Clev trade out. That's 3-4 in Psychosis' favor, and they are all over the site. So Galahad finds the rogue, finds Natix. Natix finds Valor Magnus. It's now 2 versus 2. Little Goose with the scan. They can start it, and they're in a dominant position to do so. This is going to put all the pressure back on off constantly. Eclipso listening for target quietly underneath. So Galahad potentially too far back, covering the long line. But they're going to run out of time. Just take 10 seconds off that scan time. There's about 31 seconds left to go before this map is over, potentially. Psychosis with the scan in. So Galahad has to do something. He takes down Eclipso. Target comes flying in. Looking for Little Goose. Little Goose finds him. It's now 1 versus 1. About 20 seconds left on the clock, maybe even less. So Galahad has to go for the disable. It doesn't matter if he gets the kill or not, but Little Goose finds a Galahad, and Psychosis take it 11-6. Almost every round coming down to a 2 versus 2 or 1 versus 1. What a gift. What a match. 2 amazing teams, and that could be a preview of what we're going to see on the IVRL Major in Miami in a few months' time. That could just be a little taste of the amazing gameplay we might get gifted to see. What an amazing match between 2 amazing teams. Off constantly providing one hell of a match for us. I really thought Psychosis had it in the bag. They were on a mad streak, but Off constantly were not to be underestimated, and they almost brought it back. And that wraps up Qualifier 3. 5 more qualifiers to come. 1 tomorrow, so stay tuned. You can tune in if you don't have a team yet. If you have a key, if you don't have a key, there are ways to obtain a key. You can send something to AAX Tropical explaining why you deserve one. There are other avenues, other content creators who have the keys, who have the power to give you the access to this game. Look for them. You will find them, and if you do, it's not too late to join these qualifiers and make a team. There are even pickup groups, pickup teams that are being formed. So the qualifiers are going on for 5 more weeks. You have ample opportunity to put a team together, get scrimming, get practice, enter the qualifiers. Even if you're not ready for the qualifiers, even if your team has only just assembled, you can still take part. It's a great experience. Even if you lose all of your matches 11-0, it will teach you things about the game. It'll teach you things about playing in a competitive environment with your teammates. And that's one of the great things. Even the teams that lost today, even the teams that don't make it through the qualifier cutoff today, have 5 more opportunities to do so. And it'll just make them better teams for it. Just like a driving test. Those who fail the first driving test are usually better drivers because they understand what led them to failure. And from that, you can make yourself a better team, craft yourself into the team that needs to be the team that next time takes on Psychosis and beats them off constantly. A great match once again. And with that, thank you so much for watching. It's been my absolute pleasure to be casting this match, to cast all the matchups. You've been wonderful. I have been Radar, and this has been IVRL Vail Season 1 Qualifier 3. And with that, I bid you adieu.